Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to DeFi, degens, Drip for Poverty, where on this channel we help you reach financial freedom through crypto assets and empower the powerless in the process, where we will make a commitment to donate one drip or one claim per month once we reach at least 10 drip towards a charity. Currently, that charity is the Cambodian Children's Fund, but I aim to grow this community to at least 1,000 members, and we will use it as a DAO to actually vote on charities and organizations that we want to contribute, and we will continue to look for other areas of passive income to grow our personal portfolio and empower those that do not have the means to empower themselves, and that's what this channel is all about. So you're here now with me for this next piece of asking the question to Forex during the AMA: is drip a MLM or a pyramid scheme? So before we talked about a Ponzi, which we already addressed that. He said it is definitely not a Ponzi by definition because it is not getting money from new investors. It actually has a taxable dividend model, so that's where the money is coming from. But now the question is it a MLM, multi-level marketing scheme, or a pyramid scheme where in order to get money, you have to bring in new capital and kind of funnel that all the way up to the top. So if you're not familiar with MLMs, basically what they do is you refer someone, then someone else refers someone else, and that they keep going on down the line. And then the person at the top usually reaps all the benefits because they get percentages off of each of the sub-level people below them. So Forex addresses this in the same AMA and gives some definitions to what he claims in regards to the model he built and how you can know the difference. So listen to this, and again, do your own research, make your own judgment call, but decide after you have heard it straight from the horse's mouth if you feel this is an MLM or a pyramid scheme, and then we'll talk again at the end of the video. So stay tuned, listen up.
Some people, may say, all right, it's not a Ponzi, but is it a pyramid scheme, right? Because these are the two things that you get, Ponzi or pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme either. And what makes it not a pyramid scheme is the fact that only one user is being rewarded for what we would call a positive action. If you look at a referral or a commission model like Amazon uses, when one person does one buy on Amazon, the person who referred them gets a kickback, right? It's the same as with Drip, only it has a more fair and decentralized way of sharing this commission. So a pyramid scheme is a model where you have multi-level commission structures where the longer you've been in the system or the higher you're up in the upline, the larger the commission you receive. And typically it's when one person closes a deal or sells a product. Typically it's some sort of sales package in these types of multi-level marketing pyramid schemes. The person who sold that package will get a commission, and then the person above them will get an even larger commission for one of their agents making a close. And that goes all the way up the line. The further you go in the upline, the larger the commission there is. In Drip, it's not like that at all. Only one person gets rewarded per deposit into the Drip staking contract. Now, like I said, it even though one person is rewarded per deposit, per positive action, there is a reward sharing model where rewards get shared through the team. And the way that works is when someone refers somebody and that person makes a deposit, the person that did the refer, if they're net positive, which means they have more in their deposits than they've claimed from the system, net, we're talking about, net over the whole time of the account, then they get that deposit. They get a 10% commission based on this deposit. Now, if the person referred does another deposit or a compound, now the commission structure looks upline and says, okay, the person who did the direct referral was the last time to get a bonus, to get a commission when this level of the downline did a deposit or did a compound.
Mm-hmm.
So it then goes to the person above them. Still, only one person gets that commission per positive action. It just has a more fair and a unique way of distributing these rewards. But it's very similar to a model that Amazon uses or any other major company out there that has a referral structure. One positive action, one purchase off the Amazon platform, one commission. One deposit on Drip Network, one commission. It just has a unique way of spreading these commissions throughout a team that could only be done in DeFi. It's a model that I'm sure a lot of these major companies that have referral structures would like to do, because it adds a whole element of game theory that is very sticky and very attractive for onboarding new capital.
Sure.
But it's not a model where as you go up line, the commissions get larger. And in fact, if you have 5 or more direct referrals, when it's your turn in the upline to get a commission, you get 75% of the commission that you otherwise would get if you didn't have 5 or more, and the other 25 gets sent back down to your downlines.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in fact the opposite, where as you get higher up in the structure and you have more referrals, you actually get a smaller commission. So it's the opposite that you would see in one of these multi-level marketing pyramid scheme type structures. And then on top of this, a team can only be a max of 15 levels. Once you have 15 downlines, it then stops. What this means is when someone does a deposit into the Drip Faucet, it looks upline to see who is the next person in line who should get a commission based on this level's deposit or compound. It goes up a max of 15 levels. Once it hits this top level, it then circles back around to the person who did the direct referral. And this prevents capital from funneling up to the top of the system and it becoming top heavy. And one of the key mechanics that all pyramid schemes have are they are funneling capital to the top few players. And Drip does not have this at all. Drip has a mechanic that is absolutely and purposefully preventing capital from funneling up to the top of the upline tier. So there are at least 3 major functions or mechanics in the Drip network that are either complete opposite of what a pyramid scheme would be, and there's nothing at all other than the fact that there is a team structure that you could even equate to a type of multi-level marketing type of structure or mechanic. But the main negatives that you would see from a pyramid scheme are multiple people are being paid commissions from one positive action, which is not sustainable. The commissions get larger as you go upline, which makes it extremely top heavy, and again, it becomes unsustainable and makes it so as the later you get into the system, the less chance you have of making any kind of reasonable return off of it, which Drip doesn't have. Drip, no matter when you get in, you're going to get the same commission as anybody else, and in fact, the people that have 5 or more directs get less, and the other 25% that they don't get is sent back downline. So that's like diametrically opposed to something you would see in that kind of scheme. And then it's preventing capital from going upstream. Now the top, the deployer address, the one that essentially started the whole system, anybody that uses the deployer address as a buddy or as a referrer, the commission that goes to the deployer address gets sent to the tax pool, which is used to pay used to pay out the dividends. So the tax that is put on transactions, that 10% tax that's put on claiming, withdrawing, selling, um, and there's half a tax, a 5% tax on compounding. All 100% of that goes to the tax pool, which pays out dividends. There are no deployer or developer fees. There are no, there's no kind of fees, no marketing fees, no developer fees, nothing like that. 100% of the tax model goes into the vault, which pays out the dividends, the daily ROI, and any commission that goes to the developer wallet also gets sent to the tax pool and paid out. So both a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme, they have, by definition, literally nothing to do with Drip Network. Drip Network is the closest thing you could find to it in traditional markets is a high yield annuity crossed with a certificate of deposit. And on top of that, we built a team onboarding structure, which is just a unique way of rewarding people for onboarding capital in a way that doesn't just give that reward to the person that did the onboarding, but also shares it with their team member. And the way it shares it with the team member is in a model very similar to Amazon or any other major company that has referrals. One person gets a commission per deposit or per positive action, like a purchase on Amazon.
So once again, there you have it, guys, straight from Forex. He says this is not an MLM, and he lists three main reasons. Number one is multiple people in MLMs get rewards for one action. His example is the referral system like in Amazon, where one action, one reward, one person. And the way this works in his contract is that that one action is just dynamically selected based on if someone up the stream has already gotten it, and it only goes 15 levels deep. So it makes it more sustainable because only one person is getting it, where instead of on the MLM, they just keep breaking it down and sending it up the chain. So therefore it's not sustainable, because that $100 referral, so to speak, ends up being like $10,000 by the time you reach the top, and it just can't sustain that, obviously, unless you keep bringing people in. His number two is that all rewards in a MLM are funneled up the chain, meaning the person with the top benefits. In his version, it actually has a cap once you have more than 5 members in your team, and 75% of that stays in the top tier, and the other 25% goes down chain. So each time someone below you refers, it's going further and further down the line until you have a total of 15 levels deep, and you're required to have that BREAP token. So this goes back into the way he builds his platforms. BREAP token was created as one of his original products, and you have to integrate that into this drip ecosystem. And it was around $5 when I first saw it, and now it's up to 300. So talk about adding value. That you can see how he builds these things iteratively on top of one another. So who knows what his next platform will be, but we know that Animal Farm is not the end all be all. Once this liquidity starts to dry up, or people are not as hyped in the space, he will build something else and ensure that the PIG token, the drip BUSD garden, all that stuff will be integrated on something else. And third and finally was kind of fixed on the exact same thing of preventing the capital from going upstream. So this is where you, in MLM, you have the money going all the way back up to the first person. In this one, it does not do that. It actually has that 15 level max, and there is also a maximum payout total that one wallet can receive, like 27,000 drip tokens. So even after that, it's capped. So even if you have referrals that keep coming in and you've reached your cap on that wallet, those go back downstream. And let's just say everybody in your team is capped out, then that goes back into the pool, or back into the contract, I should say. So there are mechanisms in place in the contract to prevent it from not being sustainable. So again, by his definition, this is not a multi-level marketing scheme or a pyramid scheme, and essentially it's one person, one reward, just like a Amazon referral kind of bonus. So again, do with that what you wish, but that is straight from the horse's mouth. And if you do some diligence and read into the contract, you should be able to see all this for yourself, just doing a little homework and then deciding if this is something you want to invest in. And if it is, again, it's not financial advice, but please join our team and help us empower the powerless and provide financial stability and freedom through crypto assets. So join the DeFi Degens Drip for Poverty, and join the team link is in the description below. So we will see you guys in the next video. Until then, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See you guys.